out from my window. Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared.
Hey, if you hear any kind of screaming from inside of the house, Premier League starting, so the guys are watching football. So we are likely, if anybody scores or whatever, we are likely to hear some screaming from inside. I wanted to say good morning when I turned the camera on, but it's actually not morning, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And even though it's still very, very hot, I feel it very hot, I can feel the weather changing. Still, the temperatures are quite high, but whereas a month ago, the time when I would go swimming, when I would go in the pool, would be around 7 o'clock in the night. And today, like I can see that now would be an okay time to go in the pool, whereas a month ago it would be just way too hot. You wouldn't be able to go during the day. So I can see the weather changing. However, I'm still very, very hot and just, you know, you feel the heat and the humidity. I'm wearing this thing, which is really great for Cyprus heat. I think it's linen. I bought it. It's a cat suit. Jumpsuit. It's long. I mean, it's all the way down, and it looks like a dress. I don't know if you can. Let me try to go up. You see it like that. So I got, and it has pockets as well. So jumpsuit, I think it's linen. I got it a couple of years ago in London on the street on Portobello Road. And I got that and another pair of linen trousers. So I didn't even try. In fact, I think it was only one size. But it turned out to be an excellent buy. And I do wear it in the summer, like all the time. The only thing is with jumpsuits, it's like every time you want to go to toilet, you know, you have to unbutton the top and remove pretty much the whole garment. But yeah, I love this thing. And when I was saying like I feel that the weather is changing, now I see like things are starting to pop in the garden again, and we are starting to get slowly a bit of harvest here and there. And I know that for most of you, like midsummer is where you can grow most of the things. However, for us, that part like July and August is the time that it's really, really hot. So we usually cannot grow much stuff. Like what survives that heat is I saw that aubergines do, and tomatoes don't. They you know, by June we have to pick all of them up, otherwise they just get burnt in July and August. What survives is sweet corn and sweet potato. Those do, and we're growing some corn now as well. But that you can grow, you know, further. We can grow further in the season that it stays hot. But we did harvest something today, and I can't tell you exactly what it is because I don't really know. It's these little vegetables. It's something in between zucchini and I know in Cyprus they use it like they boil one type of bean, I think. Oh, I'm not sure to tell you exactly what it is, but the reason why I'm not sure is because what happens in our garden is that whenever we have scraps of food, I tend to just throw it, you know, like that in the garden, whatever stays. And before you know it, it just picks up and it starts growing. And very often I get plants that I don't know what I planted because I didn't intentionally plant it. And this one was growing just next to the pomegranate tree, in the same space that the pomegranate tree is in, and this plant was growing. So today we we picked those up, and we're gonna see what we're gonna make with them. I don't think it's enough for a full meal, but mixed with something or cut in with other vegetables and in the oven, it's going to be nice. If you, this kind of like story that I'm always thinking in my head, what happens with people like that just stumble on these videos? If you're new here, my name is Ivana, and my channel is basically, it's a vlog style channel, but I focus on the creative side of my life. Obviously there is personal things inside as well, but what is focused more is on the creative side, and that usually involves a lot of fiber arts like knitting and crochet and spinning and weaving. I also paint, and there is gardening, so I don't focus on one thing only, but somehow it did most of my interests at the moment lie in fiber arts, mainly knitting. And I always wonder, like, how do people, you know, if they just stumble upon this, because it's not necessarily a knitting podcast. And I usually refer to like, oh, in the previous episodes I showed you this, or in the previous video last week. So they would kind of have to know what was the video last week. So I always wonder how they kind of like fall in the middle of the story, just jump in the middle of the story, and how they continue. And I hardly ever reintroduce myself. So that's something that I want to start practicing more. But if you're new and now you understand what I'm doing now, that will make sense, because I'm going to show you my knitting. Couple of months ago I knitted without the sleeves yet. I didn't do the sleeves, a drop shoulder construction of a sweater from my handspun yarn, and I didn't do the sleeves. So when my cousin came over, because she has straight shoulders like that, I wanted her to try that construction to see how it fits on her, and it fit beautifully. So I decided to make that jumper for her. I asked her because she really liked it, so I asked her if she wants me to finish the sleeves and give it to her. She lives in Belgrade, so when my mom goes in October, I'm going to send it with her. So I decided to make that for my cousin, and she has similar physique to me. More square shoulders, I would say, maybe a little bit longer torso, but more or less we are the same size, so I could try it on. And I did finish yesterday. I finished one of the sleeves, and this is my handspun yarn that I'm holding with a strand of cashmere. It's a very special fiber. So the handspun yarn in itself, it has cashmere and silk and alpaca and camel. It's a very, very soft and drapey and special yarn, and I'm holding it with a strand of this very thin cashmere yarn. So the fabric that I'm getting is this. Nice soft marl beige, but there is white or lighter beige flecks in it, parts in it. So I did the sleeves yesterday. I did one sleeve yesterday, and what I want to do, I still have all the ends, all the little bits and pieces. I didn't weave anything up, I didn't weave anything in, and I picked up the stitches for the second sleeve. So now I know that this sleeve I knitted 108 rounds, and then another 8 rounds for the ribbing at the bottom. And so now I'm going to do the second sleeve exactly like that, and I weighed the ball of yarn, because when I started off I weighed it, so I know that when I finish the first sleeve, to make sure that it doesn't go more than half of the yarn that is used, because I don't have any more of this yarn spun up. but no, it used up less than half of what I had, so I know that I'm going to have for the second sleeve. And that's my plan for today. I think this is what I'm going to work on, and maybe continue on the other hot water bottle cover that I showed you in the previous video. So yeah, I'm going to continue on that and record the process and speak to you as I go along.
You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
Well, I don't know what happened. My plan was that I'm going to record almost every day as I'm making this sweater throughout the week. My plan was that I'm going to kind of record the process. I didn't, but I did finish it. And that mystery vegetable that I was showing you, I think it turned out to be some kind of eggplant, because the next day I made the soup, because that's the easiest thing. I usually make this zucchini soup that I really like, and whenever I have some extra vegetables I use the same recipe and I make a soup, and the soup was really bitter. So okay, we settled that. I mean, we fixed it by putting some yogurt in it later on, but I think it was some form of eggplant, the mystery vegetables that I was telling you that I didn't know what it was. So, or something in between, but along that side. And as I said, I finished this jumper for my cousin, and it turned out great. I washed it and I blocked it. I'm gonna try it on for you now. But what I wanted to show you is that when she tried it on, the sleeves I did normally. I just picked up around the opening for the sleeve, and I just knitted straight, and I just did ribbing on the bottom. But when my cousin tried it last month when she came over, because she has a little bit longer of a torso than I do, it was a tiny bit shorter. So not short, it wasn't cropped on her, but I could see that it could do with another like 3 centimeters in length. So now I didn't know what to do. Do I unravel it? Because this one, the way that I finished it, it didn't have ribbing. It kind of had one row of purl, and then one normal row, and another row of purl stitches round. So it doesn't kind of like curl, and that worked for me, for my body. But when she tried it on, as I said, I wanted it to be a couple of centimeters longer. So now I thought, do I unravel that bind off and then pick up the stitches and knit the ribbing? And I said, before I do that, before I risk, picking the stitches and of it unraveling, I said, let me try to pick up the stitches just at the bottom after the cast on edge, after those 2 purl rows, and knit the ribbing after that. And I said, let me see how that's going to look. And I love the way that it looks. Let me show you. Okay, so this is how the ribbing looks. So you can see this kind of line that looks like a little braid here. that was my bind off edge. So what I did, I just went along the edge, and I picked up stitches without unraveling anything, and just did a couple of centimeters of ribbing one by one, and the same like sleeves, and then bound off. And I really like the way that it looks. It actually looks more finished than the sleeves when I went straight into ribbing. So yeah, I don't know whether maybe that could be something that I start doing from now on. Do like a one round of pearl stitches before I do the ribbing. But even though it was just an experiment, I wanted to show you that actually it came out really, really nice. So let me try it on for you. It's a very basic rectangle, no shaping whatsoever, rectangle jumper with a boat neck. And it's my handspun yarn. I think I said that previously in this video and in another video as well. Let me put my hair up so you can see better. It's my handspun that is blend of really nice fibers. I think cashmere and alpaca and camel and merino and silk. So here, this is how it looks. So I'm going to send this to her with my parents when they go to Belgrade, and I know that since she tried it, even though she didn't, the sleeves were not there, it was a perfect fit. But I like I made a similar jumper for myself at the very beginning of this channel, very similar construction, and I made it in my handspun merino. And I made another one that I didn't keep because my sister tried on and it looked great on her, so I gave it to her right away. So I might make another one for myself, maybe a bit of darker color. I do like this no shaping, so you can see my tank top underneath and my bra. I'll show you how it would. I like how this looks. Well, I like how the fit looks on me, and I know that it looks good on her. So yeah, this is finished, and it's a win. Let me take it off. It's hot. Now I had very little yarn left over of after I finished this, and I don't have any more of that exact handspun yarn. So I do have more of this fiber, but not exactly the yarn that I was knitting this jumper from. So what I thought to do, because I had like a ball this big, I don't know exactly how many grams. Let me show you. It's a little bit more than this. Oh, I'm all tangled. It's a little bit more than this here because I already started knitting with it. And what I decided to do, I thought, okay, since I'm not going to be making exact same yarn again, let me add it in this brioche wrap that I'm making. And that's what I started doing. So I'm adding whatever I have left into this brioche wrap. So this is from that jumper, and I'm going to finish this ball, and then I have a little bit more of turquoise that I want to add in this wrap, different kind of turquoise. And then I have another ball of this handspun that I kind of blended turquoise, brown, white, and a bit of burnt orange. So then I'm going to, because this is what I have so far. Let me turn where the stitch marker is, the progress keeper. You saw it when it was only this part done. So since then I did this much. which is great because I'm going to use this held with a strand of cashmere and use up that yarn so I don't have it lying around and not knowing to do with it. And it was the same weight as the other yarns that that I was using, and the color as well, it fits beautifully, even though it's just one section that will be in this yarn. I think it fits perfectly with the rest of the wrap. Okay, so that's that for this week's vlog, because tomorrow is my younger son's 16th birthday. So I'm not going to be recording tomorrow, and I don't want to wait until another couple of days. So I wanted to finish this so you can see what I made and what I was working on this week, and then I'll start a new vlog, whether it's going to be tomorrow, just little bits and pieces, or the day after. But I'm gonna start making the new vlog. So thank you for watching. I hope you are well, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.